All right, my peoples. What is good today? Today is Monday, 2 days away from New Year's. One day, yeah, 2 days away from New Year's Eve, and then 3 days away from New Year's. And we have quite a bit to talk about today. I don't know if y'all seen in the news about the UPS murder robbery, but we're gonna look at that, watch that today, and watch Myron and academics break it down. And then we're gonna watch Nick's final super chats for the year. So we got a lot of reacting to do today. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I'm trying to figure out Wednesday we will be here because Wednesday is New Year's Eve, right? Yeah. Wednesday is New Year's Eve, so yeah, we definitely be live Wednesday. So we got a lot to do today. Let's get right into it.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok. All right. Now, what I first want to do is actually watch the video because I don't know if anybody's actually seen the whole video. So we're gonna watch the video. It's pretty long, probably about 8 minutes with all the clips together. But yeah, we're gonna watch. I want everybody to watch the video before you even watch the breakdown, just in case you haven't even seen it. So let's get into it.
A family of five, a father, a mother, their 20-year-old son, and two young children under the age of 5, were living a normal day inside their home on 94th Avenue Northwest in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, completely unaware of what was coming their way. As a navy blue Nissan Altima pulled up outside, and three
Always the niggas with the Ultimas, I'm trying to tell you.
suspects stepped out, two of them dressed in UPS-style uniforms, pretending to be delivery workers while secretly planning a robbery. A plan that would, within minutes, explode into a brutal encounter that would shock the entire community. This exclusive video was first obtained by Midwest Crime and has never been seen by the public before. One of the victims steps out, apparently completely unaware the delivery is a setup.
Ain't no big dog, is it? Ain't no big dog, is it? Not yet. Hey, sit down. Come on. No more. No more. Move your hand. Move your hand. Move your hand. Open the window. Move like that. Open
The home security camera captures the third suspect come up the driveway after he's waved in by the other men.
Oh.
Damn, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, nigga put a gun on you. That's kind of scary. And he's only 20 years old. I can see why he didn't fight. But shit, that nigga was not holding that gun with the way he was supposed to. We could have shot the nigga in front. No, let me stop. This is not a movie.
Una pistola, mijo. Tienen una pistola, mijo. Dos morenos. Don't do anything, please.
The mother managed to call 911, leaving the line.
Then that's now it's 1v1 now. So it's like, I don't want to sound like a hero. Let me stop. Because niggas always say what they would do, right? You know what I'm saying? But something.
Line open so dispatchers could hear what was happening as the chaos unfolded.
Emergency.
I ain't playing. Look, I know. Hey, Mario Alberto, come on with the money, man.
Okay, ow!
Stop playing with me.
Ow!
Give me the money.
Okay,
I'm gonna smack down you.
I will give you whatever you
Go
want.
give me the money then.
Okay, that's
Come on. You get you move to? Get the up.
I'm getting up.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna smack the out your son.
Oh, okay, I'm going.
Come on in. All right, wait a minute. Go get it.
No, that's crazy.
Oh, where is that? This ain't all the man. You can play with it, so I got to violated.
No, please
Okay.
don't. Like, that's all the money we have.
This ain't nothing.
That's all we have.
Okay. All right, well,
It's all we have. Oh my God, it's all we have. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. It's all we have. Oh my God.
With no mercy, one of the intruders turns on the father, 39-year-old Mario Alberto Trejo Estrada, and a single shot to the head ends his life in the entryway of the home.
Damn.
Where are my babies? I have money for you. Where are my babies? Where are my babies? Where are my babies?
Oh, damn.
The terrifying footage continues as the intruders turn their violence toward the mother and her 20-year-old son, all while the two young children are still in the home. The victims are later identified as 42-year-old Shannon Patricia Youngworth and her son, 20-year-old Jorge Alexander Reyes Youngworth. Leaving the two young children in a state of unimaginable trauma, the intruders rushed to destroy evidence before fleeing the scene, unaware that nearly every moment of their crime had already been captured on camera. Meanwhile, inside the home, a heartbreaking act of bravery unfolds. The older child, despite being just a toddler himself, pulls his little sibling away, shielding them from the sight of their mother on the floor. A moment of pure innocence and instinct, leaving investigators and everyone who later watched this footage stunned. Just minutes later, officers arrive at the house after being dispatched to the 911 call placed by the mother, unaware
man,
of what
that's
they are about
crazy.
to walk into.
Police department! I heard kids screaming in there. Police department! 1409.
Oh, man, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Come here. Yep. I think they're dead. Come here. There's another kid. Come here, buddy. There's another kid. Come here, buddy. So, yeah, he's through the kitchen. Hey, buddy. I can see his diaper now. He's a little closer. No, he's pretty far in there. You see his diaper? See, on the ground. I can't see past it. Yep. Stay with the kid for now. We're gonna get you another kid here in a second. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Kyle, cover me. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Kyle, cover me. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. I need you to come with me.
We're trying to get the kid out.
Come here, bud. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come here.
I got candies. Come on.
Come here. Come here.
That candy, that's crazy.
Okay, come on. Come here. Come here, kiddo. Come here, kiddo.
After rescuing the two young children, officers were faced with a horrifying scene. 3 victims, each killed by a gunshot wound to the head. The house was immediately secured, and investigators began meticulously collecting evidence, including physical items and surveillance footage from cameras throughout the home, in an effort to identify the perpetrators. The navy blue Nissan Altima was traced to 39-year-old Alonso Pierre Mingo, who was arrested later that day after being spotted leaving his Fridley residence. Further investigation, including home surveillance, DNA evidence, and cell phone records, led law enforcement to the 2 other suspects, brothers Omari Malik Shumpert and Demetrius Trenton Shumpert, both of whom were arrested shortly thereafter.
3 niggas. Oh, man.
All the evidence, from security footage to forensic and digital data, pointed directly to the Shumpert brothers, who had tried to cover their faces, leading straight to the interrogations.
Do you know the incident I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. So you had no idea?
I know that somebody got locked up.
Who got locked up?
Somebody is a name that you saying.
Who got locked up?
The name that you said. You said Alonzo, somebody's name Alonzo or something like that.
Okay. But you know Lonzo?
Yeah, a little bit. I know of him.
Okay. You knew more of just of him, right? You guys go way back.
No.
To Chicago.
I'll say yeah.
I won't, but don't, somewhat of the same level of respect, right?
Yeah, but
we do our
like you said way back, like basically like friends, anything like that? No.
Not friends.
No.
All right, but you've known him all the way back to that.
Nothing but niggas running around fucking with no lives. Ain't shit to do with their name. No purpose.
Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you living now?
Huh?
Where are you living now?
Over in Minneapolis.
When's the last time you talked with Alonzo?
I'm gonna say like a month ago or something like that.
A month ago?
Like a month and a half, I think.
A month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lie. So that was already on camera. That was already put on the news. It already showed Alonzo shooting a person. Okay? I don't know if I explained it well to you or not, but the more information I tell you, the less you can tell me to
No,
help.
but I was saying you can't tell me about that because I heard about it. The whole world know about it.
Sure.
That's everywhere you go. Everywhere. Hey, you heard about what happened? Somebody got killed in Coon Rapids. 4, 5 people. How many more people got killed? I don't know. So what I do?
You were there.
Wasn't there.
You were. I mean, you're probably not going to take my word for it or anything, but I'm not lying to you. I'm not making stuff up. We had the pull camera. Well, somebody had a pull camera in the house. When we see you pull up, we see the 3 of you get out, walk up to the house, just you and Alonzo. He knocks on the door. They don't come to the door at first, and you start walking away. As you guys are partway down the street, or partway down the driveway, he comes outside, so you guys walk back. Okay? On the door there was a camera. And you had gloves on, you had a mask on, but we're still able to tell it's you.
With a mask on.
Yeah. Okay? And then, who'd you wave up?
I ain't waved nobody.
You're sitting in the car and you waved him up.
You said I was sitting in the car?
No, he was sitting in the car. The third person was sitting in the car and you waved him up.
I don't know.
Okay?
I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was with no mask on, but it showed it wasn't me. You ain't asked me where was I at.
Show it wasn't me. I don't know who did what the hell. Nah.
Or was I somewhere else or nothing?
I know where you were, but where were you? And then I'll follow up on that. And
You know I was there already, right? That what you said?
I do. But if you were saying you're somewhere else, you tell me where you were, who you talked to, and I'll follow up with them and rule you out. That's only fair, right?
That's crazy. You say on the 13th?
The 26th. January 26th.
I know I wasn't there. I wasn't at nobody else. I wasn't at nobody's house.
Okay. We go in a crime scene, the whole 9 yards. You're touching your face. You're hitting the
Now,
lizard.
see, you said I'm hitting what?
You're touching your face. You got a mask on. Yeah. You're touching your face. You're touching the lizard cage. You're touching the face. You're touching different areas. You're breathing through the mask. Okay. We're getting to the point of the evidence is mounting up so high, it's hard to get over. Okay. There's also audio, and you can be heard.
They got you, nigga. You're done.
Ain't no big dog, is it?
What do that mean?
Ain't no big dog, baby. Not yet.
You told
It sound just like that nigga. Damn, they got your ass, bitch. Good. Make sure that nigga go under the fucking jail.
You say that?
What would I say? What do that mean?
That's what you said when you were there. You also have a very distinct voice.
I don't say nothing like that. I don't know what that means. What do that mean?
Oh, that's just what you said when you're walking up and you're talking
Why would you
to
want me to say it?
the guy in the driveway.
Why would you want me to say it?
So that I can compare it to what I heard on the video. Right?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay. I'm saying,
You saying you knew I was there already, so why you want me to say it?
well,
Anything.
I can say that you're there all day. I can prove that you're there and I can prove what happened because,
You can prove I was there? Sure.
yeah, because everything is on video, man.
Yeah, the 26th. That's the 26th. That's the day I couldn't go to work because I had my baby with me.
Okay.
And my baby mama, she wasn't trying to come get him. And I didn't go to work on that day.
Okay. What,
I was in the house.
Is that what you're gonna?
You was in the house. You didn't go to work. The day that you killed somebody, you was at work. Yeah, come on, dumb nigga. You niggas don't even. That's so. And that's what kills me. You niggas don't even come up with plans. You niggas just sitting in the car smoking weed, probably drinking too. Bro, we should just go rob these niggas. Like we put a UP. Like you niggas don't even really be coming up with plans. You dumbass niggas just be doing shit. Like I'm telling you, dumb niggatry.
Go with? That's what you're gonna stick with? You're never at the house or anything?
I wasn't at the house. I see the photos that you got.
Yeah, I can get you still photos of it. Doing good? You still want me to get warm water or cold water? Give you this one. You can grab it. You can hold it if you want.
I don't know.
You don't need to.
And that supposed to be me or somebody else?
I know it's you. I can print off a couple more, but I don't know if that's going to convince you or not. But just so you know, I'm not lying to you
I know you ain't lying.
on any of this, okay?
All 3 suspects in the Coon Rapids triple homicide were indicted on multiple counts of first-degree murder, upgrading their initial charges of second-degree murder. Alonzo Pierre Mingo, identified as the alleged gunman, was found guilty by a jury on multiple counts, including 4 counts of first-degree murder. In September 2025, Mingo was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Demetrius Trenton Shumpert, who participated as an accomplice in the robbery, was indicted on 6 counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors sought an aggravated sentence against him, citing the particularly cruel treatment of the victims, the involvement of 3 or more active participants, and the fact that the crime occurred in the presence of 2 minor children. On November 20th, 2025, Demetrius Shumpert was found guilty on all counts of first-degree murder and faces the same mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole when he is sentenced in January.
And them niggas probably didn't even leave with no fucking money. They like, bro, the amount of money you would have to leave with to even make this shit make sense, it would be so much money. It would be impossible. You wouldn't even probably be able to do it. So it's like this is niggas probably left with like $10, like, and they all got to split that shit. Like, it's fucking ridiculous how dumb niggas can get when, like, oh man, it's just. Oh God, and then niggas be mad when people don't want to be around niggas. This is why they act like fucking niggas, bro. This is what niggas like to do. Niggas like to rob, steal, kill. I don't want to be around niggas. I'm sorry. And when you realize we can't just throw these niggas away. We have to start fucking like really, really torturing these niggas at this point, because niggas, people don't get it. They think this shit is a game. You can get out, have fun, go. When you in jail, niggas got phones and shit. We gotta show these niggas this shit is not fun. This shit is not a joke. We are not fucking playing with you guys. Y'all are going to either assimilate and integrate into society and be fucking civilians, or you're gonna fucking not be here. Okay?
2026. The third co-defendant, Omari Malik Shumpert.
It's just simple. Like, it's legit. It's literally that fucking simple. Like, if you don't want to be a civilized human being and know how to have discourse and have intellectual conversations instead of kill, shoot, you need to get the fuck out of here. If you don't want to get the fuck out of here, we have places to put you, but it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be phones out. Y'all niggas have bed. You're going to be sleeping on the floor. Hopefully you die. Like, that'll be the whole point of prison. Like, no fucking we're not trying to rehabilitate you, nigga. We want you gone. All right, let's see what Myron and Axe say about this shit.
But yeah. Oh, yo, I saw you reacted to that UPS shooting shit, bro. That shit was
Joe,
crazy,
that
huh?
was crazy, right?
Bruh. Yo, so when I saw that shit, I was like, yeah, this is a dope house, bro. This is a dope house. Cause the way those dudes dressed up and went in there, guns blazing, asking for the money, sticking people at gunpoint and shit like that, bro, it was 100% a drug case. And it got confirmed because when I watched the video back, they had the reason why they were able to identify them is they had a poll camera up. And for your artist that doesn't know what a poll camera is,
that's what the police was saying in the video when he was like, we had it on camera. It kept saying pull for some reason in the video, like the captions, but he was saying poll. We had a poll camera. A poll camera is a camera that, like, criminal investigators or detectives or whatever, they put on a post, and you could put it on a house. And, since you're not searching the house or anything like that and you're in a public area, basically it's like you being out there and doing surveillance. It's a good way to get footage and record stuff.
The poll camera was on what house, though? Was it on that house? Or
yes,
across the street?
They had a poll camera on that house.
Really?
Yes, bro. Yeah. So
I thought that was a
break
ring
down
camera.
Nah. So
they
this what happened.
they had ring
a
cameras
poll
and a
camera,
poll camera.
and they had ring cameras in the house. Unbeknownst to the UPS robbers and the people in the house, the DEA and the state and locals had a drug case on the dude that got shot, the father.
Hey,
right?
I knew there was something up. So in that story, or like when you're watching the
It's another reason why you're not supposed to shit where you eat at. Because then shit like this happens.
video, they say the guy's government. They said Mario Alberto, and that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, they're there for him. They're not just saying we think money is here. They know that guy is probably, maybe he's flashy around town or whatever, but they know he got that money.
You know what I think, bro? So just me putting on, because I've done so many different drug cases. So the feds and the state were looking at the house. Obviously, they had a pole camera up, and that's how they were able to identify him, because these dumb UPS dudes parked the car down the street thinking that they were going to be safe and out of view of the Ring camera. But what they don't know is that they had been investigating that dude that owned that house for drug trafficking. That's how they were able to identify the license plate, and identifying the license plate with the pole camera that they didn't know was there is how they were able to track who was the owner of that car. Because
like, imagine you're going to rob somebody and you're so fucking dumb you pick niggas who are already being watched by the fucking police. Like that's how fucking stupid you are. You're literally going to rob niggas who are being watched by the police already. Like, you're fucking dumb. That's how I know niggas don't even have a plan. They didn't scout nothing. Niggas didn't really check shit. They just was doing shit. Niggas in the car hitting the blunt was like, bro, we should do. Oh my God, bro. Niggas was probably on the pills too.
they thought it was only going to be Ring cameras. Now, the other thing I want to say is the way these dudes broke in, this is what's called a rip crew. So a rip crew, right, or a stick-up squad, whatever you want to call it, guys like this, they're notorious for robbing drug traffickers, right? Because maybe they don't have a source of supply, maybe they don't got money like that, whatever. But the fact that they did this ploy and they robbed this particular house in this area that you could tell is of like lower socioeconomic status, the dad was definitely involved in some drug trafficking. And I would argue, I wouldn't be surprised if his wife wasn't involved either. Because if you notice, they were super aggressive to the wife. That tells me that more than likely, she was the money courier for the organization and he was doing logistics and everything else like that. And this is another thing I'll say when it comes to drug trafficking. I'm just going to say it. Blacks typically don't hold higher positions in sophisticated drug trafficking organizations. I'm going to explain why. The reason why blacks typically don't hold high positions in drug trafficking organizations in the United, like overall, I mean, right, is because the source of supply always is going to have what's called a Mike Connect or a Mexican connection, right? Once those drugs get into the United States, they go to someone called like a regional supplier. 9 out of 10 times, that regional supplier is going to be someone that's a Hispanic. If you're in New York, it's going to be a Puerto Rican or a Dominican. If you're in Texas or in the Midwest somewhere, it's going to be a Mexican. If you're in California, same thing, right?
Okay.
You're Miami, maybe a Cuban.
Let me jump in here and ask this question.
Yeah.
So if maybe, okay, and by the way, I see people here in the chat. I wish I'd called Myron during the video. And I know some of y'all, you know, they always have a mixed view of you because, you know, some of the politics stuff. This is Myron's lane. Like, this is 100%. You know, when I do any criminal breakdown, I would love to have Myron on at any time because he's going to give me valuable advice, right? And really just insight too. So, okay, let me ask you this question. If they think that, if that's what's going on, I believe it because you're saying it. Would they leave? They look like they live the modest means though. Like, wouldn't they live a little bit, or is it meant to be modest because anything else sticks out?
Yeah, so it's a combination of both, right? So it could be that, you know, they don't make that much money or they're just trying to stay low key, right? That could be a reason too. And the way that these robbers broke into the house
some
and
Ozark shit.
Yes.
You ever seen that?
Yes.
But damn, low key, but there's no way he could have been making hella money because, nigga, you're low key, but nigga, it's like you was wide open. Like, niggas, you didn't even have like a contingency, like nothing. Like, you didn't let niggas know. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what you're doing, you know where you're at. You need to be letting niggas know what to do if something goes on similar to this. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I did see Ozark. Yeah. And this goes back to what I was going to tell you. So like the fact that the gunman went in there and knew exactly where to go, and if you notice, they put the gun to the son's back, right?
Yeah.
And they bring him inside. The other two neutralize the father. And then instead of talking to the son, what does he do? He takes him to the back of the house with his gun to his back and takes him right to his mom. That was a big red flag for me because the fact that they knew the mom was there and they made sure to make him find the mom is probably the money courier that knows where the money is. So, and women are typically money couriers.
They kept asking the mom, give us the money.
Yes.
And she said, that's all I have, I promise.
Women, 9 out of 10 times, bro, are the money couriers for drug trafficking organizations.
Really?
Right? So they knew that she would know where the money was because if you notice, they went right to her. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a rip crew because no criminal, you know, is going to be dumb enough to go hit a house with UPS uniforms and do this whole elaborate thing if they weren't sure that there was going to be money there. And then the other thing too is, like I said before, blacks typically don't hold high-level positions in sophisticated drug trafficking organizations. Typically, when the drugs come in the United States, it goes to a regional supplier. That regional supplier is typically Hispanic. That regional supplier then gives it to someone that's black or white or whatever it may be, where they'll distribute it. Now, are there some rare situations where a black person will be the regional distributor? Of course. Look at Big Meech. Look at a lot of these big gang members, right? High-ranking gang members. But it's not common because they don't have the plug. So a lot of the times when you see these rip crews, they tend to be black because they don't have the access to these drug trafficking organizations to sell at quantities that are super profitable, if that makes sense.
By the
Most
way,
of the time. Not every time, but a lot of the times.
And by the way, watching the video again, do you think these guys were casing out the spot? And the reason why I asked this is that
100%, bro. 100%.
So after they're knocking on the door, right? Before the door gets answered, right? He turns to the other guy and he actually almost is playing the role where he's like an actual delivery guy, like, oh no, they're not home. Like they're communicating like they're actually, because he sees the camera too. So I'm saying maybe they tried before because they're still trying to play character. It's not like they're like, oh man, grow on the back. Like they're still keeping character. They're saying, oh, they're not home. Let's go. Meaning they could possibly pull back up again and do the same thing. Like, chat, this is what I'm talking about. Look, right here. Look. He's waiting. He's about to walk off. So they're not here. Right? And that's when the guy opens the door. But I kind of realized, I'm like, these guys must have been casing the spot off because if they're there to get something, they don't just leave. They might be like, yo, check the back door. Like, yo, you guys are already armed. You guys are ready to go. You're getting in the house, especially if you think what you need is in the house. Right?
Yeah,
Looked like they were just about to leave.
Yeah, no, bro. They 100%, because you could tell this was planned. Like, they moved the car.
Facts, they do look like they about to leave after they did that. And then bro walks outside. Damn. Walks outside to do. What did this nigga walk outside to do?
Off to the side, thinking that they weren't going to get caught and shit like that. So they cased the place. They knew this guy was drug trafficking. They knew they were probably going to have some type of money. Women typically are drug trafficking careers and organizations. So they absolutely knew that they were going to have some money and ended up being like really bad. But yeah, bro, they cased the place 1,000%.
I was a little bit surprised that the son actually brought the guys to the mom's room. But there's a point where she hears, she's on the bed, and then she hears like they speak in Spanish, and I think.
See, did you just see that? It said she's right there. Did you see that little when it was subtitling it?
Yeah.
She's right here.
Yeah.
Dudes already knew, bro. She had the cash.
Yeah. Do you think the son knew that his mom might be into some shit?
Probably, bro. Yeah. Like what I'm assuming is I know the dad was being investigated for drug trafficking, so the mom obviously is going to be involved in it too. So the son probably had some type of knowledge that they were involved in this stuff.
Okay.
And the sad part is like this happens a lot, bro. Like, rip crews coming in and robbing drug dealers. Because to these dudes, they're looking at it like it's a lick. Like these dudes aren't going to go to the police and snitch on us because this is drug money anyway.
But by the way, I never noticed in the video.
But that's why you don't kill the niggas, because they're not gonna. What are they gonna do? Snitch? Because like you said, there's drug money. That's why it's like to kill niggas. It's like that's when you lose all control of the situation, because that's when police have to come out and do something, and that's why it's like, why did you kill them?
Was so pussy when I was watching this shit. They were like, "Oh my god, this is so sad. Why are you showing this?" I'm like, "Yo, I listen to gangster music all day, and then this is a thing that you're like, oh my god." Again, obviously we don't condone, just especially home invasions. Shit. Somebody tried to break in my house, but we're watching it not to glorify that people got killed.
Bro, this shit happens. This shit used to happen when I was in down Laredo, Texas. This shit used to happen all the time. The reason why this is so viral is because they had ring cams everywhere.
Yeah, this shit was played out like idiots. Really like a movie. Now, here's the thing. You know what I didn't realize? So the guy who's the front guy who grabs his son, you got to look in the back, chat. The father is fighting initially.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. He's fighting. And I'm guessing that guy who he was fighting with, because he kept fighting the entire time, he lost his patience and he must have reached for the gun and shot him. You know?
That's what happened.
Look, chat, look in the back. Look in the back.
But
look, you'll see.
And that's why I was like, this. It was a 1v.
Remember, they pistol whipped.
It was a 1v1 with the son, or a 2v1 because the mom was there, so they could at least overpowered him and got the gun from him some way. That's why I was like, something, do something, bro. Not just while he looking for the money or while he reaching for get like. It has to be something.
Whip him. He's still trying to. So there's two guys on him, and then the son is cooperative, right? But there's two guys. He's moving all around, and I think here I might have to put the audio on for a second. Chat. This is where this audio. I got to put the audio on, but.
They're fighting right there. Yep, you can see it.
And chat, tell me if I hear what I hear. I can't tell who's communicating. I think he says to his mom, "There's two guys with two guns or something like that." Listen.
Yeah, because she said pistola. That is what he said.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Una pistola, viejo.
Right here. See?
Boom.
Right there. Bingo.
Yep.
Una pistola, viejo. Tienen una pistola a mi hijo. Dos morenos.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't.
He said two blacks with a gun, basically.
Okay. Now, now, here's the thing. The guys who are doing this, they're black, right? So maybe they don't even understand Spanish. So he was trying to subvertly, like on the low, communicate with his mom.
Yeah, because they wanted him to take her there. That's what makes me think this woman was like one of the. She was definitely involved in some degree with this drug trafficking organization because they went right to her, bro.
Yeah, so he's trying to be cooperative. He basically he's bringing them there, ironically, but he tries to say in code to her. She hops up off the bed, tries to close the door, but then they're at the door already.
I think she's on the phone with the police too right now.
Yep, he said like two black men with guns, and that's when she repeated it, "Oh, pistola."
And
That's basically
and we can't really see the rest, but I think they might have pistol whip him because she locks the door, and they probably realize, oh, he's communicating Spanish, and he says something to her. He says, "Mom," and that's when she opens it because she locked the door.
Yeah.
And then she opens it when she hears him say, "Mom."
Yep.
Please, please, don't do anything, please.
Yeah. So
see, like right there,
it's kind of ironic.
He can't. Oh man, I don't know, guys. I don't want to sound like a hero or a Superman or none of this shit, but it's like, nigga, after a certain point, you have to fight for your family. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die. They killed him anyway, so it's like, I would have at least wanted to die fighting, knowing that I might have been able to have a chance. Whereas this, he just let them do whatever they want. It's like, oh man, I get it. He was scared, and I know he's young, but guys, you gotta be able to. There has to, especially right here. This is like perfect time to fight. Possibly close the door, lock him in. 2v1. Now y'all have a gun. You should, like, it's just. I know it's like, I'm not trying to blame them, but it's just, come on, guys. You know niggas are dangerous out here. You know niggas are dumb. They're fucking crazy. So, trusting that they just take the money and leave is just, I would never do some shit like that. Just trust that they would just take the money and leave. Like, I feel so bad for them. This is crazy.
Morning, but I'm guessing he's probably, and I see so many, and I want to ask you this question, maybe not necessarily on the law enforcement side, but really on a morality side, and obviously we hope no one's ever in this type of position.
Right.
Some people say the son should have never allowed them into the house. He should never open the door.
Yeah, he's wet behind the ears, bro. That was a very low IQ move. But
so some people look at it.
UPS truck.
Some people say, well, you have young kids in the house. You don't let them in the house. You have to commit to, if they're gonna kill you, they're gonna kill you outside. You don't bring them in the house. Is that, you think, the actions of most normal people, or do you think most normal people say, well, this is just a robbery, we'll just let him in? And I keep saying, a murder and a robbery and a murder are cousins, because as soon as you do the robbery, once you have a gun, you have to be down to do a murder in case the robbery isn't going good at a certain point.
Right.
Of course. Yeah, you have to be willing to do it, which is the big thing. And I agree with that they're the cousins. I think in this situation, the dude might have gotten over. I don't think they went in there with the intent to kill him.
This is what you guys gotta understand. If somebody's willing to rob you, they are willing to kill you. Because guess what? If they rob you, they don't want you to tell. They want to keep robbing niggas. So guess what they gonna do so you don't tell?
them. But I do think that like the other dude resisted too much and might have been winning the fight, so he had to shoot him and kill him. And then once that first domino fell, the rest had to fall because now they can't leave witnesses. So, it's just unfortunate situation. But you know, this happens a lot in America, bro. Rip crews like this, it's just that it doesn't get reported because, you know, how often is it where you're gonna have a high-level drug trafficker having ring cameras in their house as people rob them with UPS shit?
Okay, let's go and make believe land a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously.
No, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. That was crazy, guys. Yeah. That is insane. I don't know what I would say. Definitely, like I said, I don't want to sound like a superhero. I don't want to sound like I'm just some fucking Superman and I'm gonna save the day. Like, but there has to be some fight. I don't know, like, I guess it's just me. There has to be some fight that you have to have. That, and he's young, so that's why it's another thing. He's and 20. I mean, I'm only 8 years older than him, but 20 is still young. But yeah, that's a tough one. Even if he did let them in that, I wouldn't. Definitely can't let them in. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even if he didn't let them in, the door was open. You feel me? So they would have ran in anyways. It was the fact that they really caught him off guard. They really caught him off guard in the sense that, like, he was already going outside. It's not like he left and then locked the door or some shit. He was already going outside and coming back in to get something. So they really caught him off guard in a sense. But like I said, even if he did let them in, your fight was in that room, door closed. You close the door, you could block them off. 1v2, mom and you. There's no way you and mom wouldn't be able to, like, you and mom should be able to do something. Get the gun, and the whole point is just get the gun away. But there are young kids in there. But oh man, it's like, I'm telling you, it's a real tough situation, man. It's a real tough situation. But I don't. But always being prepared is definitely, always keeping it's definitely, even if that's crazy, but knowing where stuff is at, like he could have like left the room, snuck out the room, went and grabbed something, like just being prepared. Never think nothing can, especially when you're doing stuff like that with what the dad was doing, which is extremely retarded. Especially when you're doing stuff like that, you need to be prepared for exactly that. So that's kind of crazy how that happened. It's kind of crazy and sick that they killed all the mom and the son. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they killed the dad too, but he was in that line of operation, so you kind of expect him to get something like that because he does that line of operation, and that comes with that illegal activity comes with, death. But this to kill the son and the mom and to fuck up but that's what I'm saying, even to kill the dad is just, you're gonna ruin the kids. Like, that's niggas. It just, something wrong with these niggas. Hopefully they get the chair. But I don't even want, it's like, that's what I'm saying, like, I don't even want niggas to get the chair. I don't even want niggas to get the chair. I want niggas to fucking be tortured. Like, I really want niggas to be tortured live on television for a minute. They need to bring that back so niggas can stop thinking this shit is acceptable. Cause they know the shit that comes after is going to hurt. It's not going to be just waiting to die. This shit is gonna hurt. You're gonna want to die.
Prevention.
Oh, that was what I was gonna say. Bringing them in only works.
Now let's get into these super chats of the year. Last super chats of the year from Nick. This nigga was talking about. When was this? 8 hours ago. This nigga just did this shit 8 hours ago. Damn.
Look at that jaw. You know, in one of these pieces about me, they said I'm square-jawed and baby-faced. What the fuck? Chad Baby?
Yo, this nigga is retarded.
When I had the
It's so funny because he just sounds like one of my niggas that I play on the game with, like all the time. Like he just sounds like one of them
flu, I
niggas.
lost even more weight. Can you believe it? I'm gonna disappear. There's not even gonna be anything left of me. I lost even more weight. 2026, we are all ascending, and that's on Molecule. Molecule. No, we can on Christmas. On Christmas, we won't do it, but 2026, we're all ascending. Okay.
Nikolai Seal sent $50. Did you catch Candace saying her skin is now softer than ever? Don't let her honeypot you Lamau.
Did she say that? She's trying so hard. Oh, she's trying so hard to get me. She's playing hard to get me. She's like really trying hard to acquire me. That chocolate skin, I just want to bite into it.
Nick's Pants sent $20. Hi Nick,
Like a
I'm writing a
chocolate
fanfic
bar.
about you. Hey Nick, I noticed on the website that all the
Oh
shirts are
my
made with
God.
100% cotton for
This
maximum
nigga's
softness. Have you
hilarious.
considered making the shirts mixed fabric so that Jews can't wear them? Or are you worried that doing so would compromise the softness? Also, who do you source your cotton from? Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum?
That's good. Okay, that one caught me a little bit at the end. That was not bad. I don't know. I don't do any of that, okay? Are they 100%? I do. It's funny that it is that way because I wear cotton shirts. I can't do the synthetic fabrics. They're itchy. You know, like I bought these t-shirts, like white undershirts, and they were like a synthetic blend, you know, the stretchy material, and I had to throw them all away. I wore them for years, but I eventually threw them away because I was like, you could just buy things. You could just buy more. I was like, man, half my t-shirts are so uncomfortable. Then I was like, wait a second, I'm rich. I'll just buy more. But I have these like stretchy shirts and they were so uncomfortable.
Stupid.
So I only do cotton now. Yeah, you know what? Jews are going to wear them. Hey, if Jews want to wear them, knock yourself out.
Did you hear that Brigitte Macron stands peeing up? We are on the cutting edge of investigative journalism.
She stands peeing up? That's crazy. Where's she peeing? Where's the urine go? That was crazy that Candace
Is
said
she
that.
peeing?
She stands
What
peeing
the
up. She stands peeing up. I mean, she pees standing up. Remember that? Dude, she's a retard.
Cerebrum Pateo sent $100. Nick Fuentes humble gold merchant beat Shapiro at his own game.
I really did. I'm Italian, okay? We're the original merchants. Where do you think merchants came from? We're the original merchants. What do you think this is? Like, you know, the Jews do this and we're like this. Shekel for a good Italian. What would they call it there? I don't even know. Yeah, well, we're humble. I mean, I guess it wasn't us. My family's from the South. The banking was happening in the North. They're the real Jews of Italy. Venice and Milan and those guys. We're down in Naples, Calabria, Bari. So I don't know. There wasn't a ton of banking going on in the South. But yeah, we're pretty good merchant. That's why you need us. We're the only ones that could beat them at their own game because we're like, they're like our evil twin.
I'm in love with a goth grower. Pet help sent $67. Hanukkah is Day of Christmas. Merry Christmas, Nick, and God bless.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Hanukkah sucks. Merry Christmas.
Tour to Pounder WG03 sent $20. God, you'd be so much cooler if you were Anglo. Wishing the best for the mulatto Catholic frown.
Well, there's a reason there's no Anglo Nick Fuentes. Okay, there's a reason for that. I don't know that an Anglo could be like me. Oh, I could only be me being Italian, being Irish, being Mexican. I don't know that an Anglos don't have my sense of humor. You look at an Anglo, you really think they could do what I do? You really think they could do things I cannot do, like show up on time, finish tasks, be disciplined, self-control. They can, but they cannot do this. They cannot do this performance. That's why we don't need to divide ourselves. That's why the Europeans are a great race, because you got a little bit of everything. And we want a little bit of everything. We want a little bit of English. We want a little bit of German, Italian, French, Irish, Spanish. We want a little bit of everything, okay?
So we want a little bit of everything, okay? Yo, this nigga is retarded. All right. Let me see what we can actually. Oh, you went on Michael Knowles? That's crazy. Wait, we might actually. We already watched that. Yeah, is that a fan asking for advice? During tomorrow when this happens, come to the UK, buddy. And the Avengers. Let me see. Let's see. Oh wait. My nigga has something for me to react to on X. I'm so glad we was about to go on X. Before we go over that, hold up. Valkyrie gets emotional while talking about men who cheat, referencing past relationships. I've been cheated on in 3 of my past relationships. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Blinders on. Have I cheated? I've never cheated. I love a little too hard. When I fall in love, I kind of have like blinders on and I want to do everything for that person. Never cheated. But I have been cheated on in like 3 of my past relationships, but it's okay. I think that it happens. It happens. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I do think that people who cheat have some really awful, deep-rooted issues that can only be resolved from the inside out. Like you cannot fix them. You simply can't. People have to grow. Yeah, people have to grow and people have to change. But I don't know. I think cheating is such a selfish act. If you're cheating on your partner, you're not taking their feelings into consideration. You're acting on your own feelings, which is like whether you.
Oh man, good thing Valkyrie said that. Guess what, guys? Fortunately, guess what? Valkyrie is how old? Let's see how old Valkyrie is, so we can break this down accordingly for you fucking idiots. Valkyrie is 33. All right, Valkyrie's 33. Okay, so she's 33 and she makes a bunch of money. So guess what that means? That means she's older and she makes a lot of money. So guess what? The guys that she's looking for don't really look for women who's older and make a lot of money. Okay? So there goes the first problem. Then the second problem is even if she gets the guy, right? The guy she's looking for has to make as much as her or way more. Okay? Or more. We could just say more or more. So if he has to make as much as her or more, guess where that puts her at, right? Underneath him. Okay, that means he is up here, she's down here. Okay, so that means if he's up here, that means guess what? If she finds him attractive, who else do you think finds him attractive? Everybody else, right? So if everybody else finds him attractive and he makes this much money because he has to make more than you, so he makes more than you, and he makes and everybody else finds him attractive. Why do you think he is only going to be with you? Will he marry you? Will he give you the kids? Yes, sure. But to be exclusively with you would be asinine to say because men do not work that hard to just be with one woman. That's just one. Well, that's really the third one too. But yeah. There goes the dilemma for Valkyrie right there. She wants a man, but the man she wants has to make more money than her. So that means she's of high value. So that means other women want him, which makes it easier for him to get other women. Ergo, he cheats. Most men of high value usually do that because guess what? It's easier for them to get women because they have the higher value that women want. Or they have the status, money, da-da-da. But men that have options usually exercise them. Valkyrie. What the fuck? What is my password?
Stop the cap. Belongs to the streets.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
But we gonna let it.
Y'all don't pay attention to that. Here we go. Is this it? Woman says she had the perfect partner and relationship, but she ended her engagement and moved on simply because her feelings changed. Imagine she said she had the perfect partner and relationship, but she ended her engagement and moved on simply because if you believe that, then you're a fucking idiot. If you believe she probably did have the perfect partner and the perfect relationship. If you believe she liked the nigga, you're a fucking idiot. That's why her feelings simply changed. They didn't really change. She never really liked the nigga. This is called placeholder boyfriend. Okay, she was placeholdering, using him to do what she needed to do until she was done with him. Okay, this is called a placeholder boyfriend. Happens all the time nowadays because most niggas don't understand when their girl doesn't even like them.
I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. And choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation.
Bitch said, I just changed my mind. The fuck does that mean? You just changed your mind. Like, how the fuck do you just wake up and say, oh, no, never mind? That doesn't even make any sense. What made you change? Something made you change your mind. You don't just wake up and say, oh, nah, I don't feel like this. You never was in it to begin with then.
But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pack, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new.
And this is why women back in the day couldn't just up and leave and fuck niggas, because niggas wasn't coming to help you do shit. You was being a dumb bitch. Leave. What the fuck, bitch? You do that shit on your own. Like, niggas was not doing the shit. But now we are so, like, accepting and forgiving on what bitches do. It's ridiculous. Like, they were praying for me. They were trying to help me. They were showing me it was okay, that I was going to be okay. Yeah, of course they were. Fucking, they want you to be with them. Duh, they need another single bitch to go outside with.
So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage, and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year. I ended my engagement.
Bro dodged a bullet. Imagine he was married to her and she did that. Yeah, imagine nigga fucking was married to her and he did that. Shit. God damn. I would say Purge ain't got nothing good for us. Purge usually has some good shit for us. Iron Descent. Stop acting, Erica. Damn, why they move my boy Purge off the fucking... Hold up. This is the clip that this is the video I was looking for, because I saw the clip online. This is the video I was looking for. On Rumble. On Rumble. This is exactly what I was looking for. I thought he was going to do that in this. See, that's why I'm like, he has this shit on. I'm just retarded, that's why.
The generational run. We'll talk about the Trump administration. We'll actually get to a few news stories. There's a couple of things in particular.
Because that's what I'm telling you. I know niggas is like, why are we watching just super chats? I thought he was gonna do this in the super chat video because he had this shit on.
That I want to cover just before we leave. And I guess I want to start by saying, in our year in review show, 2025 probably is the best year that we've ever had at America First. I think by far and away, easily, this has been the biggest year for the show, most views, biggest viewership, most viral, biggest clips, biggest collaborations, debates, everything. It was monumental. And now it's coming to a close.
Yeah, Nick really took off in 2025. I'm not going to lie. Especially after June, July. Oh, man, it started going crazy.
Generational run coming to a close. I think we'll leave that behind in 2025. 2026 is a whole new game. But, of course, what goes with that in 2025 is everybody is asking, why? How? People are saying, why now? Why was the show so successful? Why are the clips so viral? Why is everybody loving it? And this is something that I've talked about a lot in the past few months. I've been asked about it a lot. And there's been much debate about it in the mainstream media, in the conservative movement. Everybody wants to know, and everybody's wondering, why is the Groyper movement and America First so popular? Why is it so ascendant? Because for a lot of people, it feels like it came out of nowhere. It feels like all of this happened suddenly, overnight. Everybody was busy doing one thing, and then all of a sudden, the Groypers were banging on the door, and it seemed like this was this overnight success. And so people have speculated. They say, well, it has to do with the material conditions in the country. They say it's because the younger generation is frustrated and angry and anxious and depressed because of the economic conditions. They say it is because of politics, because the left wing has bullied young people, specifically the males and the white males. And so this is their frustrated reaction to being attacked for so long. They've become spiteful, resentful, angry, and this is an expression of, this is their reaction against those things. Straight. And I've tried to say it as plainly as possible throughout the year. You can point to a few very specific things. What created the phenomenon this year of this show, America First, the Groypers? You can actually pinpoint a few specific things. And it's not complicated. I don't even think it's contentious. I don't think it's debatable. I think it's very clear and very obvious what happened. And starting with number one, the number one thing which accounted for all this success this year. Why did the show blow up so much this year?
Because niggas is tired of fucking niggas lying to us, to our face, and being like, oh, no, that's not right. Ah, wait, no. Niggas is tired of the unsupportive, the unwavering support of fucking Israel. Niggas are tired of niggas just shitting on our fucking country and not giving a fuck about us. Not the rich niggas. Not everybody's rich. Giving a fuck about the regular niggas. That's what niggas forgot about regular. You can't say fuck the people for too long because the people are the ones who pay you. Literally, the taxes.
The number one thing, which nobody will even mention, and nobody has mentioned, is that this is the first year that they simply stopped censoring me. That's it. It's that simple. Because for those that don't know me or don't know a lot about me, you might have heard, for many years, I was the most censored, canceled person in the country. And I don't say that to make myself a victim. I don't say that to be a martyr. It is just a fact that for years, I was completely censored, completely blacklisted, blackballed, and everything that entails. And that went into overdrive in 2021 after January 6th. In 2021, I was banned on everything. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, DLive, Twitter, TikTok. I was banned on every major social platform, but I was doubly banned because I was also banned from appearing on anybody else's show. So if I went on Sneako's show, or if I went on Fresh and Fit, or if I went on any other show, YouTube would delete that show also. If I went on someone else's TikTok, or if I was on someone else's Instagram account, they were also banned.
Damn.
And it was like this for 4 years. So go figure. Why did I not gain a lot of traction in 21, 22, 23, 24? Because I literally didn't have a platform. I was banned from everything. The only platform that I could even live stream my show on was a platform that I made myself. Because that was the only streaming platform I was allowed on. It was called Cozy TV. I had been banned from YouTube, DLive, Trovo.
Damn.
Things you had never even heard of. And what happened this year,
imagine
is there were a few
Trovo.
specific
Goddamn.
decisions that were made. Number one, I was unbanned on Twitter last May. So this is the first full year that I have been allowed on Twitter since 2021. That's one. Two, I was allowed on Rumble. And all of a sudden, I got a check mark on Rumble. I was allowed to stream on Rumble. I just in the past couple of months was allowed to get super chats on Rumble. I was allowed to stream on a major platform. 3, and this is maybe the biggest one, Instagram stopped deleting my clips. And this is something that we noticed. This is like a switch was flipped, I think in like January. All of a sudden, you were able to post my clips on Instagram without being banned. And they were able to get millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views. That was never the case. It used to be the case that if you posted any clip from my show, your whole channel would get deleted. All of a sudden, starting this year, you're able to post the clip without it getting taken down.
Right.
And then
no, like literally my TikTok, as soon as they see this nigga on TikTok, it's a wrap. Like there's that I probably had at least like 10, 11, 12 TikTok accounts by now. Like they banned my shit so quick when I post this nigga. I just use TikTok for the captions though. So I'm surprised that Instagram hasn't done anything.
The last thing that happened, kind of like the last shoe to drop, was around May of this year, I was able to start appearing as a guest on YouTube. This is something else where even in 2024, Candace Owens wouldn't bring me on her show because she was worried that if I was even a guest, that the whole YouTube channel would get deleted. And in May, for the first time, I think I did the Hodge twins, and then I did the Social Hour with Sean. All of a sudden, again, I was on a YouTube show and the YouTube channel was not banned. The video was not taken down. I don't know if it was even demonetized. But I did those 2 shows. They weren't taken down. And that reflected a decision that was made at YouTube that they were no longer going to censor me from being on shows. And so I think that changes the perspective on where I came from this year and what all happened, because a lot of people said, oh, it's things that are happening this year. It's because everybody got really hateful. It's because of this, that, or the other. No, it is because for 10 years, we did not have a level playing field at all. And think about this. Think about it. For 10 years.
And I knew Nick in 2020, so I didn't come on as like when he first came out, but I've known Nick for a good minute now.
It was a completely
I've known about Nick.
Closed system. Perfect. And by that, I mean the conservative
I'm telling you, like, even mentioning this nigga name was like the fucking boogeyman. It was crazy how bad he was censored.
Politics, the conservative political media ecosystem, it was an oligopoly. It was a closed system. There were a handful of personalities and companies that were chosen, they were selected, and they were immune from censorship and shadow banning and all of it. And it was people like Charlie Kirk at Turning Point. It was Ben Shapiro at Daily Wire. It was Prager University. It's all these familiar people. Everybody else got banned, going back even further, going back to like 2016. People like Gavin McInnes, Alex Jones, they were unpersoned. They were banned from everything. They were gone. They never stood a chance. People like Sam Hyde lost his TV show, then got banned on everything. It was impossible to compete because we could not take, and I include myself in that also, we could not bring our product to the marketplace. If the product is the content or the show, we were not able even to play in the same ballpark. We weren't even able to play in the league. And so for the same amount of time that these other groups were the number 2 ad buyer on Facebook, they were number 1 podcast for conservatives on YouTube, they had a deal with TikTok in the 2024 election to get their content amplified and promoted. Whereas they were being promoted and steadily accumulating and growing and building, making a living, building a subscriber base, building an audience. All the rest of us were out there dying, losing momentum, losing subscribers, losing money because we were banned. And it's not a coincidence that this is the first year that everything opened up, and then all of a sudden, guess what becomes popular? Lo and behold, after 10 years of censorship, blacklisting, cancel culture, all of that,
Damn.
Finally.
Imagine 10 years you can't have a fucking social media platform. I don't think niggas understand how horrible that would be. Like, you literally can't do nothing. Like, you can't even have a fucking. You can't have nothing. Oh man, that's crazy, bro. You can't do nothing on your social. You can't have social media. You're banned from flying. You're banned from banking. I don't think like that's. I don't even know how this nigga survived.
It starts to recede a
Nigga
little
was in the
bit.
fucking
Finally, they start
jungle.
to open it up, and all of a sudden, the number one shows, it's like Tucker, Candace, Nick Fuentes. Surprise, surprise. When you stop censoring the conversation, people have an appetite for white identity, criticism of Jews in Israel, criticism of feminism. Guys like Andrew Tate become the most famous people in the world. So that's number one. Where did the generational come from? Well, they stopped suppressing me for a short amount of time. For roughly half of this year, I had no obstacles on that front, and I became massive. Number two, and this is the other thing that nobody ever talks about. Where did the generational run come from? Number two. Again, a lot of people say, well, he's expressing a popular discontent, but here's where he gets it wrong. Well, he's expressing this popular anger, this, that, or the other. The generational run really got off the ground roughly around May and June.
I told you.
And why is it around May or June that this show started to gain a lot of traction? It was because of a very specific news story. It wasn't a particular collaboration. It wasn't a particular interview. Up until the middle of this year, I didn't get a major interview. I had some good interviews. I'm not knocking them, but I didn't get really a massive mainstream interview until later into the summer. But I had my biggest show to date at that point in June, having not had any major mainstream collaborations. Nobody put me on. Nobody had me on a massive show. The biggest show that I had to date in the middle of the year was during the Israel-Iran war. My biggest show to date this year was when Israel bombed Iran and started the war. And then my biggest show to date after that, which was even bigger, was the night that the United States bombed Iran. Why do you think that is? It's because in 2024, I was well known as being one of the only people that didn't vote for Trump. And I didn't vote for Trump because I predicted he would bring us to war with Iran. And I had been predicting for years that it would play out in exactly that way. Ever since October 7th, I had predicted that Trump would be elected because he is the pro-Israel candidate. And he would be elected in part because he would take us to war with Iran in fulfillment of Israel's multi-year, multi-front, regional ambitions to create a greater Israel and neutralize all their enemies. And so when Israel bombed Iran and the United States followed up with airstrikes of its own, people ran to watch the show to see what I had to say about it because I was the only one that predicted it. So I didn't launch the generational run because I was being a shock jock.
I'm about to say, we watched another interview the other day where Nick was predicting a lot of stuff that Trump was going to do. It was crazy how much he was predicting. It's just, I'm trying to tell you, this nigga be knowing what he talking about.
Because I was trolling, because I played this shell game where I pretend to be mainstream and I go on Bradley Martin and I act one way and then I go on my show and act like a jerk. The generational run started because I was right, because I was speaking the truth about Jews in Israel, but also their relationship with Trump. And I was the only one who did it. I was the only one that stuck it out and said that, even in 2024, which is pretty late in the game for someone like me. Pretty late in the game, actually, for everybody. Just when everybody thought they had it all figured out about Israel, about Trump and the Republicans versus the Democrats, just when everybody thought they had it all figured out, I threw a big curveball and said, there's something that people are missing, which is that Trump is being allowed to walk through into the halls of power because they know that he will scuttle any diplomacy with Iran. That'll be their opportunity to carry out these strikes. And that's exactly what happened. And it was thanks to my analysis, which was precise and specific and accurate, which is where the whole thing started. And then once people watched the show, they said, wow, okay, so this guy isn't just some hateful maniac. He actually knows what he's talking about. We're actually learning information. We're actually getting good analysis. And it's not just a crackpot conspiracy theory. It's based in reality. That's number 2. Number 3, and this is maybe more to the point. This is the biggest thing.
Usually
Where
what
did the
everybody comes to
generational
the
run come
conclusion
from this
after
year?
watching actual
And this is speaking a little bit
videos,
more
not
to
just clips.
those issues that people talk about. They say, well, it's the housing prices. They say it's the left bullying everybody. It's this, that, or the other. I think to put it very simply, in the most basic and simple possible terms, people have an appetite for this show because they see that the country is dying. In the simplest version of the idea, and I've been saying it all throughout the year in one way and another, the simplest form of the idea is that people recognize the country is dying. And what exactly does that mean? I think we understand it very deeply when we celebrate Christmas. Because Christmas is something that used to be sacrosanct. And in many ways, we identify Christmas as a quintessential American holiday. Maybe we shouldn't. And maybe that's misguided. And maybe there's even something sacrilegious about that. That's actually a source of criticism and cynicism.
I would say we don't celebrate the tree though. Like we don't celebrate a tree. We don't really celebrate. It's just another day to celebrate God.
Santa Claus is a creation of Coca-Cola, and people say the holiday is too consumerist. It's too commercial. And people say maybe we've gotten away from the true meaning of Christmas or the true spirit of it or something like that. But I believe that the sentiment that surrounds Christmas and the traditions that surround it, whatever you may think about them, the shopping and Santa Claus and the tree and the music and all those things, if there's anything that reminds us what it is to be who we are, it is Christmas. That is the most treasured and maybe the most shared memory that we all have in common from our childhood. That's maybe the one decent thing, even in the 21st century, that we all still have. Maybe that's the one day in every person's childhood, from coast to coast, wherever you are, whoever you are, where you remember what it feels like to be home. When you're surrounded by family, when you're at the tree, Santa brought the presents, having Christmas or Christmas Eve dinner. And we see the way our country is going, and we realize there won't even be a Christmas in the new America. Forget about the rest of it, which is a little bit all over the place. Maybe not everybody plays baseball anymore, and obviously politics has polarized everybody, and a lot of things about our country have changed. But we're looking down the barrel of a future where in 50 or 100 years, maybe one day the country wakes up and it's just December 25th, and it doesn't mean anything. And maybe people are out working and the shops are open and people are at school. And how many people are even celebrating? Are there public celebrations? You see, for example, in Europe, they had to shut down the Christmas markets. They had to shut down many of the Christmas celebrations because they are being invaded by Muslims and Africans that not only don't celebrate Christmas but are hostile. There was a church in Scotland where a statue of the baby Jesus was decapitated. And they defaced the church with the message that said, "You're finished here. You're finished here." And they decapitated a statue of the baby Jesus. And it's hard not to feel like that isn't true. Or rather, it's hard to feel like that isn't true when they say, "You're finished here."
I don't know, guys. If you don't feel like people overrunning your country and changing your country to how they want it to be isn't alarming to you, I don't know what really is. And every way I try to break it down to people is like, for example, if we go to China, you're not gonna get them to celebrate fucking Christmas. You're not gonna get them to be like, oh no, we have to say happy holiday. We have to say happy holiday for the American. Then you're not gonna get that law passed where if a nigga say something to you, if he don't say happy holiday, you could get angry and be like, oh my god, you just said Merry. You're not gonna get that. So the fact that they come over here and do that shit to us is ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. And you niggas roll over and let it happen. And that shit is just annoying. When we go over there, they treat us just like how they like us, like shit. All right? So we need to, and I'm not saying you need to treat immigrants or illegals like shit, but you need to act accordingly. Stop being so damn nice. You niggas is too damn nice all the time.
It does sort of feel like we're finished here, doesn't it? It feels like we're finished in Germany. It feels like we're finished in France. It feels like we're finished in England, in Italy. It feels like we're finished in America. We see where the arrow is pointing. We see that Zoran Mamdani is the socialist mayor of New York. Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be the governor of Ohio. Usha Vance is going to be the first lady. In Texas, it's a tug of war between Indians taking over the rich new construction subdivisions in Frisco and the Muslims building their new subdivision in Dallas, where they're going to have a super mosque in the center of it. And Seattle is filled with Indians, and San Francisco is filled with Chinese, and Los Angeles is filled with Mexicans and Venezuelans. And it feels like we're finished. We're done. The country of the last 100 years is going to apparently die before the conclusion of this century, before the conclusion of this 100 years. And I'll tell you the nature of this. It has to do with our identity. It has to do with our religion, and it has to do with our race. What it is to be American is to be European and to be Christian. That is what it is, actually, to be an American. And the day that America ceases to be mostly or meaningfully European and Christian, it's no longer going to feel like America. When the country is divided up between minorities, blacks, African immigrants, Asians, Indians, Chinese, Hispanics, Muslims, is it going to meaningfully feel like America, or even any country at all for that matter? Will it feel like a country at all? When you're riding on the public transit, when you're at the office, when you're at school, when you're watching these movies, with all the diversity, will it even feel like we have a country at all? Forget about whether it is America. Will it even be a coherent whole? It feels like the answer is no. And it feels like we're finished. We're done.
And that's why I'm glad we watched that other stream, because I'm going to stop it right here. Where are we at, 21? We'll finish this tomorrow. But that's why I'm glad we watched the other stream, because that's basically what the whole open society plan is to do. It's to diversify everybody, bring all religions, bring all kinds, be whatever you want, do whatever you want. And it destroys the inside of the nation, because you're no longer a nation anymore, because you're all different, mixed races, mixed cultures, multicultural, dual citizenship, and when you actually sit down and pay attention, everything that you see and that he says, it's happening. It's going down. The immigrants are coming in. They're not giving a fuck. They're not trying to assimilate, and they're taking America. Changing America. Unfortunately, I don't know if you niggas like to hear this. America was founded by white people. I would like it to be majority white people. I do not want it to be majority Indian. I don't want it to be majority Chinese. I don't want it to be majority African. I'm sorry. I see the majority places that are like that, and I don't want to go over there. So why the fuck would I want it over here? Okay? But yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping by today. Nice, easy stream. again, I didn't really want to watch the super chat stream because I know it was just gonna be super chats being funny, and that's literally me. I wouldn't be like talking in that. That's literally us watching him be funny, and that would be me clip farming. I'm not really reacting to that. Whereas this, I can actually put my input in onto something like this and speak. Yeah, today was a nice chill day today. Wednesday we will still be live, even though it will be New Year's Eve. We will still be live. And I'll be off the next day, so yeah, we'll definitely be live Wednesday. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate everybody that supports. If you ever want to talk to me, like debate and have a conversation, definitely come on the show. I don't care, Discord, Zoom, it don't matter. Omegle, catch you on Monkey, it don't matter. Just let me know if you ever want to have a debate or anything like that, or if you want to have a question or anything, just DM me. I read everybody's DMs. I don't have a problem with reading DMs. I just don't answer them because niggas be acting retarded, and I don't have time to see who's retarded and who's not trying to get a laugh or a click or a screenshot, because everybody's trying to do something. But I do see you guys' DMs, and I appreciate them, guys. I appreciate the love, and I will see y'all boys Wednesday. Peace.
The bitch shaking it, showing it. You this, you that. We laughing at them together. Oh! So stop treating these mother like they mean something.
Let's go to TikTok.